All right, Department of Commerce increased fair trade and trade enforcement pledge with 130 million, 134 million of the budget with 134 million targeted investment, strength of the trade enforcement aggressively protect the American initiative, include with additional 122 million with the Bureau of the Industry with the security with more than 50% of the increase with the protect with the national technology competitiveness, counter threats with China with the new funds of the would address the unfavorable unbalanced trade, increase anti-dumping countervailing duty investigation behind bill with the analytic tool necessary to address the supply chain with the source risking with the revive of the industrial the manufacturer base, essential economic and national security, customer reduction, consolidation, and economic development administrative, the minority base for the development agency, negative 624 million. The economic development administrative programs are not simply wasteful, but they have been hydraulic operative with spending earmark for the politician forward project that have well substantive with the ideology project with the racial equality, racialized, radicalized climate agenda with the economic development administrative that have the funding for the project reconstruct with the dead comedians as holograms of the National Comedy Center of New York, constructing a Pride Plaza with the Portland, Oregon, and supporting an evergreen climate innovation with the decarbonizing group of Chicago. As part of the President's federalism agenda with the eliminate the economic development administration would drive the economic decision making out of the Washington state and local localities economic development association programs significantly funded with the increase of the last administrative that have not been spent. Budget for purpose of the resign with the unobligated disbalance for the enhanced accountability reducing away of the MBA, the Minority Business Development Agency, violates several rights, maintains length with a history of the inserting equity and other DEI practices in the program. And the fact last year, the U.S. District Court found the Minority Business Development Agency social disadvantage based on the race and ethnicity is funding decision of the unconstitutional discriminatory of the DEI practice of our core mission of the Minority Business Development Agencies and the agency fully eliminated. National Oceanic Atmosphere Administration Operation Research and Grant $1.311 billion budget terminates a variety of the climate dominated research data grant programs which are not aligned with the administration policy and with the Green New Deal. Initiative, for example, the National Oceanic Atmospheric Administrative Educational Grant have consistently found with the effort of the radicalized students against market and spending environmental alarm. The National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration have found with the such organization Ocean Conservancy and One Cool Earth have been pushing agendas harmful with American fishery industries. The National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration grants were funded with this thing with the George Mason University Policy Experiencing Equity, Climate, and Health Fellowship, the workshop of the transgender woman who would identify with a non-binary National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration Climate Adaptation Partnership, which funded webinars are promoted with the children's book with Destiny with the Foster Conservation about climate anxiety as a therapy. Procurement of weather satellites and infrastructure, negative 200 million of the budget of the National Ocean Atmospheric Administration for the geostationary with the extent of the observation satellite program achieved with a nearly $8 billion life cycle cost saving. Canceled contract with the instrument of the data with primarily for the industry with the climate measure with the weather observation of the budget in power with the National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration to regular negotiation contracts for satellites, eliminating unnecessary level of bureaucracy, promoting innovation while continuing to modernize core of weather monitoring capabilities, maintaining the first launch at 2032. The National Institute Standard of the Technology, NIST, with a negative 325 million, NIST with a long fund in the war of the development curricular advance with the radical climate agenda with the NIST with the circular economy program push with environmental alarmism in the university grants, international trade administrative of the global markets at negative 145 million. Advance America's first trade policy budget focused the international trade administration for apparent to align with the key geostrategical interests, including countering China, malign and predatory market influence of developing the nation with securing access with critical energy, mineral resources, building efforts for the resilient, sustainable supply chains, facilitating, accelerating investment with create American jobs. Department of Housing, Urban and Development.